Great Alliance. For those of you who haven't heard about the GTA, or even better, want to get involved, please come talk to me or any of our other board members here. It's really about kind of growing and connecting the technology community of Hoya alums, both in the Bay Area and outside of the Bay Area. It's so important, like even just seeing all of your faces in the room today, I can say I recently moved to California about 4 years ago, and one of my first things I did is wanted to meet more folks from Georgetown in the Bay Area because they just share my values. In fact, Ahoya, who's here tonight, Pat, was my first friend who I saw when I got off the airplane. And then 3 years later, I met Sarah, who's here, and Marissa at a Georgetown women's dinner, and we built a really strong friendship. So I've taken from the community, but I've also been lucky enough to give back to current students by just hopping on calls with them. And they have questions like, what's a product manager? Or what's the difference between a Series A and a Series B? It's so important for the university to have these close ties to the tech community. So I really encourage all of you to get involved, and I think just showing up tonight is the first step. So with that, I'd like to really thank the Olympic Club tonight for hosting us, but also the Georgetown Club of Northern California. And so I'd like to bring you up to, do you have a few words you want to say?
Hi, thank you so much. That was a great intro. So my name is Monica Montoya. I'll keep this pretty brief. I'm the president of the Georgetown Club of Northern California. We are the third largest club in the US, believe it or not, after DC and New York. So we really are representing here locally, and very excited to be here and see the Georgetown Tech Alliance come back to life here in San Francisco. I think this is great. Please introduce yourselves as well to Kelly, who's back there. She flew in from DC to be here representing the university. So number one, become a member of our club. Number two, we're cooking up a lot of ideas. We just had a meeting earlier today about how we can talk about venture and really bring more activities and more events locally here to benefit you, ultimately our alumni here locally. And then we have our wonderful board member, Utsav, so I'm very excited to hear from all of you, and I'll pass it back to you guys. Thank you.
Great, thank you. So I'm gonna introduce the panelists for tonight. First we have Cheryl Conti. She graduated from the International Executive MBA program in 2004, and she currently serves as a senior advisor to several AI startups. And her book is coming out in July. It's called AI for Nonprofits, Putting Artificial Intelligence to Work for Your Cause. Next we have Utsav Gupta, who graduated from Georgetown Law in 2015. He's a founder and CEO of Falarian Inc., which is developing solutions in Gen AI and spatial computing. Utsav is also on the board of the Georgetown Club Board of Georgetown Club of Northern California, and a member of Georgetown Law's Board of Visitors. And then we have my dear friend Sarah Heck, who actually brought me onto the GTA board, so thank you. Sarah is going to both participate and moderate the panel tonight, and she is joining us from Anthropic, where she's on the policy team. So Hoya Saxa, thank you everyone for being here, and I'll let Sarah take it away.
Thank you, Jess. That was a very generous introduction. And I thank you all for being here. You could be watching the State of the Union, but instead we're here to talk about AI.
That's the way it works. So, you're in the right place. Nothing good is happening here.
So, it would be very sad if this was more boring than the State of the Union. Hopefully, it will also be slightly more intellectual. We have a room of Georgetown alums, so it will surely be exciting, energized, and interesting, but it is only going to be so if we make it so, but also you guys make it so with questions. We're going to do a big Q&A. This really should be a conversation. I think sort of to echo some of Bess's comments and our friends at the Northern California Georgetown Club here, like this is a vibrant community. This room and the people from Georgetown here demonstrate the vibrancy of what Georgetown stands for in Washington, but It's going to be a great conversation. Maybe just to start, can I ask you two to give the elevator pitch for what you actually do? I know Bess had a great intro, but like, tell us the things between the lines of your bio.
Well, I'll go first, and I want to thank everyone for being here. I know that most of you, maybe all of you, could also be on this panel. So, thanks so much, and I look forward to chatting with some of you after this. In terms of my bio, I have been using digital for good and innovating in that space for a pretty long time now. I had a startup called Attentively, which was marketing automation, artificial intelligence, influencer engagement, focused on causes and campaigns. In 2016, it became the first tech startup with a Black female founder on board to be acquired by a NASDAQ company, a NASDAQ traded. Yeah, so that opened up, a whole new set of opportunities, as many of you